My parents mistreated me, so I cut them off. Now they want to rekindle.
Rekindle, restart, refresh, or just don't do it.
Yeah, that's agreed. Sorry if this is long. I have a non-identical twin sister. The two of us couldn't be any more different. She's lucky enough to be very beautiful and tall and very good looking. She has always ticked every box on her looks. By the way, this comes from user Zoe13ASD on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, I wasn't so lucky. I wasn't on the beautiful side and was shorter. Right now, I'm 5'1" and she's 5'8". She was also better at making friends and being sociable, while I was always her awkward sister. Now, I know I'm on the autism spectrum, but was only diagnosed 2 years ago. My parents never bothered with that. Now, none of these make my parents horrible. What makes them horrible is the way they treated me and my sister. They always treated her like she's an angel and treated me like I'm a loser. This goes back as early as when we were 3 to 4 years old. For each 20 pictures that they have of her childhood, they have maybe 2 or 3 of mine. Literally, they have over 10 times as many pictures of her, and most of mine are of both of us. She would always get a lot of attention from everyone, and I got none. Parents spent much more money on her, too. Let's say if they wanted to spend $100 on clothes, $80 goes to her and $20 to me. Their reasoning has always been that she's more beautiful and it's worth spending more on her as she gets a lot more attention while nobody looks at me anyways, so why bother with better clothes? They have literally told me that many times. Okay, so I'm going to throw your parents into the sun. I was in a sports team, and they never once came to see me playing while they go see my sister cheerleading every week. Extend this to everything, and you know the story of my life. I hated every second of my childhood. I hated my sister. Yes, I know none of this was actually her fault. I worked on myself with a therapist, so I no longer feel any hate or blame towards her, which we love. That's amazing. This is the parents' fault. Since I was 15, I was counting the days until I became 18, and I could leave and never come back. And that's exactly what I did. That 18 is the age which you can leave home without parent consent. I left home the day after my 18th birthday. The night before, our parents threw a birthday party for us. Well, for her. Their gift for her was a $1,000 gift card from a luxury designer brand, and for me, a $100 gift card for a bookstore, arguing that this $100 gives me the same level of ability to buy the things I like, which are books, as the $1,000 would to her. Expensive clothes. Okay, their logic. Right. They knew I was thinking of leaving, but they had no idea I wanted out ASAP. I left that day. That's got to be the dumbest parent logic I've ever heard. We gave your sister $1,000 for designer clothes, but we gave you $100 because books are not so expensive. Just give them both $550. If you're already going to drop $1,100 between the two of them, give each of them $550. It's that easy. $550 is enough to shop at designer, for God's sakes. They asked me to stay and allow them to help out, but I was like, quote, "I've had enough of you. Leave me alone." I never made any contact with them after that. As soon as I was able to, I moved to another city to get even further away, as I hated the city too. They called and texted me for a while, but I never answered or replied and changed my number eventually. I had also removed them from all my social media. I set it so that if they sent me any emails, it would automatically get deleted, and a reply, automatically deleted, do not waste your time, to be sent. That's the current status of things on my side. Well, it seems like OP has been pretty systematically worn down here.
I'm worn down right now.
Yeah, that was a brave thing to do. It was a brave decision to make. I hope that it's, for the best. Let's keep going here. 2 days ago, my dad sent me a message on Facebook. My initial instinct was to delete it, but I opened it and started reading. This was the first message in months from them. He explained that he understands that they were not good parents and that they did a lot of wrong, but maybe we can start over. He asked if I can come over for dinner at some point so all of us can get to know the new versions of each other better. I have not responded. I don't know if I should give them another chance or just delete this message and don't look back. Ooh, and here is an update. What would you do, Keon?
I got to talk to somebody. There needs to be a parental figure here that needs to, stand up for her. An adult figure. I need an adult. That's what I need.
Like you need another adult who's not one of her parents?
Yeah. I'm not a parental figure.
Like a mediator almost?
Like, you know how we read it earlier? Like the aunt was like,
yeah.
Yeah, something like that where like someone stands up for you and no one's doing that.
Yeah, someone needs to shout out and be like, this is dumb and you're not treating your children correctly.
Guess what? They're not going to take you seriously. They haven't.
Well, it's been a long time. I think I would see, right? I think you keep everything, but I think at the very least, you can be like, all right, let's take a chance to see if anyone has changed here. And if the answer is no, you go right back to what you were doing before and you can cut your loss. Like, you have nothing to lose.
That's the thing. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I just feel bad because in that position of you're so young, but you're also like, your brain is morphed now into this, like, where do I go? What do I do? I have no support system. I wish OP had a support system, but it seems like there's none of that.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the update, find out what happens. So thank you for your comments and suggestions. They were super helpful and helped me see things a lot more clearly. Love you all. This is a big update and something quite shocking. I've gone back to my therapist, but before I get into it, a lot of you asked about my relationship with my sister. Well, there is no relationship, really. I spent all of my childhood hating her and never really had a nice relationship with her. She was not like my parents, but they had spoiled her, and she sort of always saw herself as the better one of the two of us. Not surprised there, and right now, I don't even blame her for that. On the day that I was leaving, I gave her a hug and told her that maybe if we had different parents, we could have really been sisters, but it's not how it turned out in this life. Maybe we can make up for it later ourselves. I told her that if she wants to talk to me about this, she can. She can call me and we can meet up. She never did call me. As it appeared from the last post, I went to talk to my therapist about this, and she suggested that I can initiate some conversation and see how it goes. Based on her assessment, she was happy if I wanted to go and see them. I just need to understand that there is no obligation to go or to stay, which is good. So I replied to my father's message with this. Hi, Dad. For us to ever have a chance of seriously starting over, you owe me an answer. Why? I expect an honest answer. No why what, no come and let's talk in person or anything of that sort. Just give it to me straight. Believe me, I can handle reading it if you can handle doing it. If you're not willing to give me that, then I'm not willing to start over. He came back to me the next day with a long message explaining why. And here it is. He told me that he and my mom wanted a child, and only one child, as they didn't have the resources and energy of having more than one. They realized that we're twins, and that screwed up everything and actually made them sad rather than happy. I'm automatically super suspicious right now. This has got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, where it's like, first of all, you clearly weren't struggling enough to give your, daughter $1,000 on her birthday when she turned 18. You know how many times I got $1,000 for my birthday? Zero. Zero. What? That's an absurd amount of money to get at 18 on your birthday. It just seems like BS to me already. Anyway, let's continue. Oh my God, they decided to give one of us up for adoption.
Whoa, what?
Whoa. Okay. They looked around and even found a couple. In case you wondered, I was the one they decided to give away. Yeah, shocker.
Shocking.
Because I was smaller and my eyes weren't blue. Yeah,
what?
That's how you decide which one of your kids to keep.
What is
Dude, your
this
parents sound
story?
Horrible.
What is this story? This is I'm bewildered right now. This is crazy. I've never read a story where it's this crazy. This is crazy.
My eyes weren't blue. I know another group that liked blue eyes. They arranged everything, even took me to them, but that couple bailed out before signing the papers when they saw me and my sister. Yeah, their conscience couldn't handle separating twin sisters like this, which also, oh my God, yes, there's literally all these crazy studies and experiments that have been run, and when you separate twins at birth, it messes them up.
You heard that documentary with
it's called Three Identical Strangers,
which is insane to me.
So yeah, definitely don't do this. Your parents are low-key being evil right now. The way that they're handling this.
This is
awful.
I'm
not, no longer do they deserve the son. They deserve the number 14.
Is anyone stopping the parents? Who's stopping the parents?
Well,
do they have family members?
They're in a bubble, probably.
I'm so confused. Who are their parents? Who are their grandparents? Are there any siblings? Who is, everyone's letting this scot-free. Where is this okay? This is not okay.
Nah, this is not.
What the heck, man?
So after this, they looked for some couples and nobody seemed willing to adopt one of the twin sisters. They entertained the idea of putting me into foster care, but they couldn't live with themselves if they did. I think that says a lot. Stranger couples who so badly wanted to adopt a child couldn't be heartless enough to separate twin sisters, but their effing parents wanted to do it. It is beyond me. So they had to raise me themselves, and they didn't enjoy it at all. In their minds,
That's so rough.
Oh, hey, Sam.
Sam just comes in and laughs at like the most horrific, like, he's like, that's rough. In their minds, the fact that they didn't put me into foster care was a favor in and of itself, more than what I apparently deserved, and that's why they never cared to do more for me. Their full time and resources belonged to my sister, and the small part of it that got to me, they saw it as me taking what was my sister's away. That's how they saw me. No wonder my childhood turned out the way it did. Given all this information, do not reconnect with them. Now that you know why, you go, oh, goodbye forever.
I mean, that's even more of a reason to just get away. Like,
Yeah.
their actions were terrible, but the reason for their actions are even worse.
And it's like if they didn't have a change of heart the entire time raising you for 18 years, they're not going to do it randomly now that you're an adult.
Agreed.
So no wonder my childhood turned out the way that it did. He said that deep inside they always knew what they were doing was wrong, but they could never step up and do the right thing during these 18 years. Why not? Well, they thought that changing the dynamic would negatively affect my sister, as she's now used to being offered more time and resources, and I'm used to not getting it. So making it more equal would be a luxury for me and a pain for her. Can you imagine? That's like the parents from Harry Potter being like, well, Harry, we wanted to take you out from under the staircase, but we were worried what it would do to Dudley. So we decided to keep you under the stairs for 18 years.
I mean, that's
Do you know what
exactly
we
they
sacrificed?
did.
It's like, no, you guys are not the good guys in that context. What?
I mean, you have to take love from one of your children and give it to the other, right? You can't possibly love them both.
These people are psycho, dude. I
Savage.
can't believe it. They thought that that's not fair for my sister to be in pain for the sake of my luxury. So ever since I left, Mom and Dad were having trouble. My sister's off to college, and they're alone now with all the time in the world to think about what they did. They've been to marriage counseling, and according to him, that has helped them see everything clearly now and see how cruel they were to me. He says they want to start over and make up for all of it if I'm prepared to allow them. And by the way, I am prepared, more than prepared, to allow you to listen to full episodes with stories like this.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast from and search OK Storytime. And there you will find a near endless, a
True.
plethora of episodes.
You can listen to 24/7, 365 for probably 2 years, and you would not run out of content.
At the clip that we post it,
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be a tough order.
You would be
to
hard
catch up.
pressed to catch up. People say they do it. I have no
I
idea
think
how.
they do it on like 2.5 speed. So they
Even
hear us talking like,
so.
I'll just
Oh, 2.5 speed, but are you watching all the live streams too?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you could only listen.
So what's this little update we got?
Let's get into it. So this is quite shocking for me. This explains a lot about why my childhood turned out the way that it did. I'm going to be honest, I wished they had given me away for adoption. I really, really do. I could have been with adoptive parents who really wanted me rather than with biological parents who never did. I still don't believe that they've changed, though. This can be the result of my sister, their golden child, being away and not spending as much time with them and them trying to replace her with me. I think you just hit the nail on the head there, OP. I don't want to do that at all, but I don't know. I've got to talk to my therapist. Please give me your opinions again. You guys were so useful to me last time. Your help means a lot. And that is the end of that story. And I think I can confidently tell you that you are correct with your instincts, that they are trying to just like fill the void that is now there because your sister left.